guys, as promised, I am back today for a Q&A video, and I'm going to start this one off by saying that if you didn't watch the last video that I posted, it was just like a sit down, chatty update video. Definitely recommend going to watch that video first and then come back to this one. I just updated you guys on a ton of stuff and just like got real honest and raw with you guys. And also, while I'm talking about that video, I just have to say thank you to everyone that left a comment on that video or gave the video a thumbs up. I was blown away by all of the support from you guys. It was so amazing. You guys are literally just the sweetest, and I'm so glad to have all of you be so supportive regardless of the decisions that I make with my channel, and just knowing that you guys care so much about like all the things that I've gone through in my journey and the things that I have to say and share with you guys. Like, it's just such a crazy feeling. So thank you. Like, I just, from the bottom of my heart, I can't say thank you enough. Also, side note, I just changed some of my camera settings from what I was normally filming on. So if you guys like this, let me know. I'm not really gonna have a good opinion on it until I'm editing this video, so it might be too late to do anything about it. But yeah, that is why it may look a little bit different. I'm also filming this video at 10 in the morning. Like, what? I never film videos this early, but I'm actually super excited about it because I'm gonna film, edit, and upload this video today. So when you guys are watching this, like, this is me in the morning before you guys watch this video, and I just feel so motivated right now. My caffeine might have something to do with that. Whatever the reason is, I'm not gonna question it. I'm just so excited about my YouTube channel right now, guys. Like, I could cry. Yeah, let's get into this Q&A. So I just pulled up the video to look for the questions that you guys asked. I didn't pick these in advance just because I wanted my response to be like my genuine first thing that comes to mind response. Like, I didn't want to think about it too much or plan it out too much. Like, I want it to just be kind of in the moment. Okay, first question, any future travel plans? We all have places we dream of going, but I can imagine you'll be traveling sometime in the near future. So I was actually supposed to be in Florida last week, but obviously that got canceled, so I don't have anything planned for the rest of this year, which is crazy, but who knows. I'm definitely the kind of person that, like, last minute, if one of my friends were to text me right now and say, Erin, do you want to like fly somewhere with me next week, I would say abso-freaking-lutely. So who knows what the rest of this year is going to bring. Also, just with coronavirus and everything, who knows what travel is even going to look like, even just a month, 2 months, 3 months from now. So I don't have anything planned. Someone asked if I have any tips on dealing with anxiety about the future. So I am not someone that has ever been like diagnosed with anxiety or depression or anything, but I definitely know what it's like to get that worrisome feeling about what's going to happen down the line. I think that's just normal and natural, and I think, you know, if you're someone that deals with that a lot, I don't want to, you know, give any advice that's like too specific or anything, because obviously I'm not a doctor, and there's a time and a place to go to counseling or therapy, you know, to process some of those feelings that you're having, and that is totally okay. But just in general, just like worries that I have about the future, I think, not to like twist this and make it all about me, because I want to give you guys an answer that's more general and applicable to all of the different scenarios that you guys are in. But for me, it's like all of my future plans have already been so screwed up, and I know firsthand that anything I try planning for my future, like, it's not in my hands. So I think that just because I've experienced things not working out, I have less expectations, which sounds so horrible. And I don't mean it in a way that's like I don't feel motivated about my future. I just mean it in a way that's like, there's so many things in life that no matter how hard we try planning our own future, there are just factors that we have no control over that affect our lives so deeply, and I just feel like it's impossible to really plan your future. Of course, you can take action and, you know, take the necessary steps to put yourself on the path that you want to be on, but just know that there will be challenges, and it's up to you to keep yourself on track towards your goals, and know that it's okay if your plans get changed, and know that it's okay if you have to take a different path than the one that you originally thought you were going to be on. You know, just have an open mindset about everything. You know, I'm someone that has plans and I have goals for myself, but I also know that there's a very good chance that things are going to happen out of my control that maybe will affect those plans, and I'll have to just kind of regroup and, you know, cross that bridge when I get to it, instead of trying to plan out every single bridge that I'm going to cross, because it's just not realistic. I would say make a list of the things that you want to accomplish, and, you know, prioritize your goals and write down the things that you have to do in order to achieve those goals, and just kind of use them as a general guideline rather than a script for your life. I'm probably going to watch this video back when I'm editing it and just be like, Erin, what the heck are you talking about? So I hope that the advice that I give you guys makes sense. But like I said, I want my answer to be like my raw in the moment answer, you know, not some like long thought out written down answer. Okay, so then the next question that someone asked is if I have had friendships change through the self-discovery journey. If yes, how so? You know, I've been vlogging for a couple years now, so I'm sure that you guys have noticed there were people that maybe I used to vlog with that I don't vlog with anymore. And I'm not gonna like get into details of anything, but of course I have had friendships end over years, and I don't think that that's a bad thing. I think it's normal and it's natural, just because as you get older, you know, when you start doing things for yourself, there are going to be people that, you know, just aren't on that same track and same path as you. So it's natural for you guys to just kind of go in your own separate directions. And as far as like dealing with that goes, I think that it's just, you know, it's natural to question stuff like that, or maybe blame yourself for something like that happening. But just know that, you know, you should never have a relationship in your life, whether it's romantic or not, that you're trying to force. And if it's a friendship that, you know, you have to force, maybe it's not a friendship that was meant to be. And I think that that's something that is okay, and maybe people don't talk about that very openly. And, you know, sometimes friendships are going to end because you simply drift away from each other. Sometimes friendships end because something happens, but I definitely believe that people come into our lives for a reason, and sometimes that's a reason that we don't know until you look back on a situation. And I definitely think that there is something to be learned and taken from every relationship that's in your life, whether it's a relationship that ended or a relationship that you're currently in. If you look at it and maybe it ended, you know, I'm sure that you're able to look at that situation and say, oh, I learned something about myself, or something about, you know, relationships that, you know, you can apply to your life moving forward, and future relationships that you're going to have. So just know that it's natural. It's normal. It's not something you should blame yourself for. And, you know, everybody's just on their own path in life, and sometimes paths don't cross, and those paths are in different directions, and that's okay. And you just need to do what is best for yourself in order to keep yourself as happy as possible. The same person asked how I gracefully manage all of these changes in life. Now, just remember that when you guys see content from me, you know that I like to keep it as real and honest as possible, but you're only seeing what I'm choosing to show you, and you're only seeing the things that I want you to see. So there's so much stuff that goes on behind the scenes and off camera that just are not graceful by any means, and it's all about balance. You know, in order to know what it's like to feel good, you have to know what it feels like to feel bad, and just letting yourself feel the way that you feel. You know, it's okay to have sad emotions about something. Like, you're human. You can't not feel sad about something, but just know that it's all about balance, and you can't get stuck in that mindset. You know, sometimes you have to give yourself a pep talk and just move forward with something. As far as like managing things gracefully goes, I try to be very aware of the way that I present myself to people, not just on social media, but in real life. I don't want to be known as someone that's like snarky and mean and bitchy, excuse my language, but, you know, I don't want to be known as someone that's like that, so I don't behave in that way. And not that everyone likes me. Oh my god, there are people that do not like me in this life, but I'm glad that you look at me as a graceful person. But again, it's all about balance, and I'm not graceful all the time at all. So someone asked what music and artists I like and what some of my favorite songs are, and I feel like I've talked about my music taste on social media. It always like comes up when I do questions and answers. So growing up, my family pretty much always just listened to country music, so that's sort of like my comfort zone as far as music goes. I love Garth Brooks. I like a lot of older country music, so like Kenny Chesney, Alan Jackson, like 90s, early 2000s country music. I don't really like a lot of the newer pop stuff, so like I never listen to the country music radio stations because it's all new stuff. I usually just listen to like Pandora. Actually, while I'm talking about this, I just started using Apple Music. So let me know what playlists you guys like, because I'm not good at making my own playlists, so I just like the ones that are already on there that I can download and add to my library. So let me know what playlists I should listen to on Apple Music. But that being said, I also really like, oh guys, I'm totally wearing sweatpants right now. I really like a lot of different types of music. More recently, I've just been listening to the Van Morrison radio station from Apple Music. So like if you just go to an artist, you can create a radio station. So I've been listening to that a lot. So it'll play like Elton John and the Beatles and like Fleetwood Mac, like that kind of stuff. I also like show tunes, like musical music, so really all over the place. But there's a playlist on Spotify that's called Songs to Sing in the Shower, and it's just like throwback music, like all different types of stuff that you can just like sing along to, bebop in the car. So that's a really good playlist too. So the next question that I want to talk about, and I'm super excited to answer this question, someone asked how I go about setting a goal and working towards it, and the example that she used is moving out or finding a new job. So if you guys haven't been watching my most recent videos, first of all, like I said, I highly recommend watching the update video that I posted a couple days ago, and then there was also a vlog I posted about a month ago talking about my new job and plans that I have for moving out this year. So I'm so excited for all of these things. And I was actually just talking to my grandma about this the other day. We were just talking about like ambition and setting goals for yourself and all that kind of stuff. And for me, I just feel like I am naturally a driven person, but I'm also very lazy. Which is the weirdest combination, because for me, if I want something bad enough, I will do absolutely anything to get myself there. But I'm also my biggest critic. I think it's really important to, first of all, just write down, maybe just mentally in your head or on a piece of paper if you're more of a visual person, but you just have to address what your goals are. You know, and goals are such a broad subject. It could be something so small like waking up a little bit earlier, eating out a little bit less, or it could be something huge like your career or your college goals. So, you know, everyone at any point in time has all of these goals that they're working towards. So I think it's really important to just address what they are so that you can actually work towards them. And you know, if you're torn between a couple things, you have to really figure out what it is that you want the most, and you just kind of have to come up with an action plan. Start little by little, changing things, changing habits to set yourself up in the right direction. And I've just always said that if there's a will, there's a way, and if you really truly want something enough, you're gonna find a way to make it happen, and you're gonna do everything possible to make it happen. And you know, if you find that over time you're not doing what's necessary to achieve that goal, or you know, there are a lot of obstacles that you could get over but you're choosing not to, it could be that maybe you really don't want those things bad enough, but maybe you're scared to admit that, because then you would have to change your goals, and change is scary. I definitely want to film some type of video all about this topic, because like I said, it's just such a broad subject and I could talk about it for a very long time. But yeah, I would just say in order to achieve your goals, you have to want them badly enough, and you have to come up with a game plan. I hope that answered your question, and I hope that it came across the way that I wanted it to. I don't know. Next question. Do I have any plans to move anywhere outside of the area that I am in now? And I was talking to my coworker about this yesterday, because I'm at this point in my life where I'm young, and other than my family, I don't have anything tying me to Pittsburgh. Of course, I would miss my friends, and I have my job here and stuff, but there is a part of me that's wondering if I would like to live somewhere else, but I think I'm too scared to just like up and go and not know anyone in that area that I would want to move to. I would absolutely love to live somewhere warm, but I also really loved the West Coast. I don't think I liked LA enough to live there permanently. Like 3 months was good for me. I definitely want to go back and visit at some point, but I don't think I'd ever want to live there, and things change, people change, so don't quote me on that. But I also think that just the West Coast in general, like I miss the mountains, and I think the desert was so beautiful. I think that Utah is the most beautiful state that I have ever been to, but I don't have anyone to move with, and I also would be too scared to just like start by myself in a new city. So I don't have any plans to, but I'm not opposed to it. Ooh, someone commented with a handful of questions, so I'm gonna try to answer all of them and keep it short and sweet. So first question, what is my dream job? I would say definitely to have my own clothing store, whether it's a in-store boutique or an online store, something like that. I don't necessarily want to design my clothes, but I just think that would be so fun. Okay, top 3 things that I love to do. This is tricky because I don't have any specific like hobbies. I used to paint and draw a lot, but I would say just like creating as a whole, I'm gonna say is one of my favorite things, whether it's crafting or videos or putting together like fun Instagram stories. I'm just gonna say creating. Second thing I would say is spending time by myself. I am a lot more introverted and a lot more of a homebody than I think you guys realize. And then the third thing, I would say spending time with family, and my family's probably gonna watch this and be like, what? Like, we're not one of those families that like talks 24/7, but we definitely spend a lot of time together. And then favorite movie and why, I would say I'm definitely like a Nicholas Sparks movie kind of person, but I would say like a movie that I've never gotten sick of, well, I'll just say like any of the Harry Potter movies. At any of them, I'm rereading the books right now. I could watch any of those movies at any given time. Someone asked if I am still in school. I am not, which you guys have seen me go back to school, take time off of school, go back to school, take time off of school. And I have not taken any classes since last summer. I took Spanish and a math class last summer. Spanish, I had to go in person. Math was online, which was so hard. My heart goes out to all of you guys that have had to do online math classes during this quarantine. But I'm like 8 credits away from my associate's degree, so I'm definitely gonna finish that. As of now, I'm not in school. I'm just working full time, and I talked a little bit about my new job in that vlog that I told you guys about, but I am working for a law firm now, and for security reasons and just like to be professional, I'm not going to tell you guys where I work. I am a receptionist. My aunt actually works for the same law firm, so when this position opened up, she let me know that it was available, and I was working at Kate Spade at the time. My manager had no idea that I was even interviewing for this job, so I felt so bad to tell her that I was putting in my 2 weeks, but I could not be happier with this decision that I made. Like, you guys, it was the best thing I could have done for myself this year. Someone asked where I got my Apple Watch band. I actually got a ton of questions asking about this. So it's just a tortoise shell watch band with the rose gold hardware. I got it from Amazon. It was like 20 bucks. I will link it. It actually was linked in that video, but I know you guys don't always look at that. I always link my outfit details in my description boxes, so I will link this for you guys. There were like 300 comments on this video, so it's hard to like filter through them. Someone asked about school, and then also if I was just like gonna dedicate myself to social media, and I don't know if I ever see myself dedicating myself to social media, because for me it's always been a part-time thing. Like, I've always had a job and then I do social media for fun, and I think that I just worry I would lose my like genuine joy and interest in doing it if I were to make it my full-time job. And I just feel like there would, you know, that would create so much more pressure to do it for income rather than for fun. I don't know, if the opportunity presented itself, I don't think I would turn it down, but as of now, I like doing both my job and then doing this you know, just part-time. Okay, so my camera battery is actually dying and I feel like this video is starting to get pretty long, so I'm gonna wrap it up. I asked in the last video if you guys would be interested in a podcast, but I think I'm just gonna stick to YouTube for a while, so let me know what topics you guys would like me to discuss in future videos. I'm thinking like goals, self-confidence, moving out on your own, like that kind of stuff. So let me know what topics you guys are interested in. Thank you so much for all of the support and kind messages recently. You guys have been so amazing and I just love you guys so much, and I'm so excited for everything coming in the future for my channel and just myself with personal growth. So I'm so excited that you guys have stuck around this long, and I'm just so excited for everything else and bringing you guys along on my journey. So go ahead and let me know what you guys want to see in the future. I love you. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe down below, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.